want to get the pilot's perspective on all this now, so we're going to turn to John Nance, ABC News aviation consultant, who joins us live from Las Vegas. Hearing what the NTSB had to say this morning, what's your reaction there, John?
Well, the NTSB is saying exactly the right things. They don't deal in blame, and as a matter of fact, we shouldn't rush to any blame here because the problem is really societal. We've been engaging in aviation in a mythology for a long time, a thing called see and avoid. And the problem is there are blind spots just about everywhere in an airplane. We really don't have that much visual range, and it's very easy for two airplanes to approach each other and neither of them see anything.
Talk about the blind spots that these two pilots may have faced.
Well, in this particular case, the helicopter cannot see up and he cannot see behind, the pilot, that is. And in the small aircraft, the Cherokee, if he's in a climbing right turn, he's got almost no visibility of what's down beneath him. That engine cowling, that big thing that wraps around the engine, basically makes everything obscure. So, you know, when we say, okay, guys, be careful out there and see and avoid each other, that's fine, but sometimes you can't do it. And it's time we move on from that concept and use electronics and procedures to bridge the gap.
You're right, because if you can't see, you can't avoid. So going forward, what needs to happen so we can prevent this from happening again, John?
Well, if I were drawing this up as to what to do, the first thing I'd do is what the FAA has done very well in the past in places like Honolulu, or not Honolulu, pardon me, in Kauai, with helicopter sightseeing, and also in the Grand Canyon. They've gotten all the stakeholders together, including the AOPA, the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association, and they've sat down and said, okay, how do we make this safer with what we have to work with right now? Before we get technology online, it's going to tell everybody where everyone else is, because what we have now is not adequate. We need procedures to keep people apart.
John, my apartment faces the Hudson River, and it's like a super highway up there, and you see pilots, if you're going upriver, you're on one side of the river. If you're going down, you're on the other side of the river. Are you surprised that something like this hasn't happened before and sooner?
That's a good question, Robin, and I guess the answer is no. I'm not surprised, because I know people try really hard, and yet in another way I kind of am, because of so much traffic over time. It's just a percentage of possibility. This is nowhere near the type of safety that we've been able to create in aviation and other areas, and we need to get it up to that level.
Absolutely. John Nance, thank you so much.